Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and I am doing this review kind of different. Um, and there's a reason why I'm doing it kind of different. I'm going to be giving you a spoiler review of Injustice. Injustice is a new movie that is being released October the 19th. It's the newest DC animated movie based on the fighting game as well as the comic that was released afterward. I'm going to be giving you plot points. I'm going to be giving you how I felt about certain events that happened in the movie, and then my overall score. You really don't want to miss this one. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. It really means a whole lot to me. If you're a fan of this sort of thing, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to know as soon as I post anything, hit that notification bell. As I said before, this is based off of the video game series where DC heroes are fighting against each other, essentially. What has happened in this case is that the Joker has fooled the Man of Steel Superman into killing Lois Lane and their unborn child, and though Superman is supposed to be this beacon of hope, he goes on a killing spree and kills the Joker. And Batman is of the mind that we do not cross that line. We take in the villains and we let the justice system do their part. And Superman is like, I'm tired of the justice system failing the people of the world. It's time that we step up and do more. And then, of course, lines are drawn, and that's how you get this movie. Now, I am going to be honest with you here. This movie is the worst DC animated movie that I have ever seen, bar none. None. Let me start with the story, because as I've said on this channel, the story is the most important. The biggest problem with this movie is that death means nothing. And I'm saying that even though I've said that Lois Lane dies, that's the only death that means anything in this movie. Like, it pivots on Lois's death. The beginning conflict, the end resolution, all pivots on Lois Lane's death. Who else dies? That's a great question. Who else dies? A lot of DC superheroes die. And there's hardly any weight. When I say hardly any weight, I'm literally meaning almost none that are put on their deaths. The Flash dies super early. He's never mentioned. The Atom dies, never mentioned. Hawkman dies, never mentioned. Cyborg dies, never mentioned. It is ridiculous. Like, there is another death that does mean a lot. Like, Nightwing dies. His death actually contributes more to the story. That's the only hero death that they actually gave some weight to. If I didn't mention that Green Arrow dies, he dies. It's just awful that they don't put any weight on the amount of death that happens to the heroes. That's preposterous. There are some things that happen that don't make sense from a practical standpoint. Whenever Lois does die, it's Superman that actually kills Lois, because he's seeing something else. He actually pushes Lois Lane into space, and she dies. And he brings her back down to Earth. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but if she's re-entering Earth's atmosphere, shouldn't she, burn up? I mean, that's just me. Or there's this one moment where the Atom takes a little tiny shard of kryptonite and puts it in Superman's brain, right? So the Atom's in there, he's got the kryptonite, boom, and Superman is crippled, which makes sense. And then Ra's al Ghul kills the Atom using chemo gas, right? He kills the Atom using that gas. But the kryptonite's still there. Why is Superman all better now? these are the questions. I mean, it, this movie's super sloppy. And that brings me to the animation. Now, as far as the animation is concerned, it's not my favorite. Um, I know that DC had a specific animation style when it was doing its series of movies, starting with Flashpoint and going up until Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. And then they started doing something more almost like Archer-esque. This one doesn't do that. This one has like a very almost blocky style when it comes to their shadows that I wasn't a fan of. Now, here's the thing. I cannot be a fan of that animation style, and then you do something with it that really makes that style work for you. And they had the opportunity later on in the movie to do that, to mix and match animation styles. And they don't. It is a failed opportunity. Oh gosh. The voice acting. So there are a couple of, named voice actors in this. And there are a couple that do a good job. Like, I liked Plastic Man in this. I liked Mr. Terrific in this. The Joker isn't the worst, but the dialogue that they give the Joker isn't the best. Batman is just okay in this. Superman is terrible in this. The acting that Superman gives is wooden. Like, you noticed before, like I'd normally say it was directed by so and so and it stars so and so and so. So I'm not doing that for this because it's bad. Wonder Woman is also one of those one-note characters, and they introduce certain aspects as far as to the story that they just never run through. I'm going back to the story. Like, they run through so many little subplots that are never visited again. I only bring it back up because I mentioned Wonder Woman. It's a mess. It's a huge mess. This score, 33. The story has too many loose ends. It races through something that should have been longer. We don't even get 90 minutes out of this movie. And the acting's terrible. The animation style is not my favorite. The direction, I mean, everything's sloppily put together. There's no motifs that you can, readily identify. There are a few good characters that come out of here with like Nightwing and Plastic Man, Mr. Terrific, but other than that, I mean, you got yourself the messiest movie in 2021. So that's going to be my spoiler review of Injustice. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button. Share this with your friends. As always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. We'll see you next time.